All right, all right, all right. Nice to see you. Let's wait for a few of you gorgeous people to pop in. Looking like Terminator today. One in the room already. Cool. That's so quick. How's that happening? Lovely to see you guys. We're talking about money as a weapon today. It is. It truthfully is. It never used to be. That's the sad part about it. Everyone's trapped in this money web. They all think it's fantastic. You know, get their nice cars, get their eggs and bacon, they get all this lovely stuff. But when you look deeper into the finites of money, it is a weapon. It is. I guarantee you. I'll have a bag of sand with anyone that you can't prove me wrong that money is a weapon. It is an absolute volatile weapon. And it's all right when you got plenty. But boy, oh boy, when you have not, you have not. And it bothers me immensely that we don't have some sort of system in this beautiful, beautiful country laid out by the sovereign people that affords everyone their rights and freedoms. I don't understand where that went so badly wrong. Susie McCallum. Hello, Susan. We've added a few moderators as well. We've been finding a few little under the bridge trolls have been popping up into the chat room, and but it's fantastic because the moderators, they're like all over it. I mean, really, really all over it. If you could share, that'd be fantastic. So, yeah, money is a weapon because that's all it is. With the police, we're going to fine you. It's going to cost you 60 quid. There was a guy yesterday. He had been to the doctors for a blood test. I don't know if it was about all this coronavirus thing. Lauren, hello, gorgeous. Lovely to see you. I don't know if I can show your comments. Let's have a look. Can I do that in here? No, I can't because I'm not on my other platforms. So, where can I get evidence of life? I've got it all. I've got all the files. If you email me, Gav, or private message, you're on Facebook, aren't you, Gav? You're on my Facebook. If you private message me, I'll send it all over to you. Yeah, guy, I don't know where it was. He's off. He's come back from the doctors from having a blood test. I don't know if it was for this corona scamdemic. And there's a copper on a bridge on some motorway or a road, sat there in one of these police vehicles, issuing out fines. The old chink, 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 speed, chink, 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 speed, camera, chink, chink. That's not law and order, people. You got to understand straight away that is not law and order. That is as far removed from law and order as law and order itself. Like law and order's over here. What they're doing is over here. So this guy goes up, and they're getting more beef now. He goes up. He says, "Listen, everyone's on lockdown. What are you doing out here, you small-minded little man? Go home." And the bloke says to him, "Well, what are you doing out? You're supposed to be." I said, "I've just been to our doctors for a blood test." He said, "But go home." He said, "You should be ashamed of yourself." And the guy that was doing the speed checks, monetary revenue thing, you see him gulp. And when you say something to someone and they gulp, the gulping is a signifier of you've touched them, right? You're checking them. You're making them check. When someone sits there and gets overwhelmed by what you're saying to them, and you overwhelm them and they gulp, trust me, you're touching them all in the right places. I can't really see your comments right now. Let's have a little look. I've got my sunnies on. Let's get these on. Susie Q, hello, darling. All have a beautiful day. Yeah, White House apparently went all blackish. I haven't done my hair or nothing today. I've been silicon in the bathroom up, and we're doing all sorts of little repairs and stuff. But I've got a bad knee, so that's why I keep popping in here, because it's painful. I'm cooking and listening. Susie McCallum, hello, darling. Gavin Houston, gorgeous man. Yes, you have. So just message me on Facebook, Gav, and I'll send you. Just drop your email in a box, and I'll send you over all that you need. Afternoon, Dave. Have you all beautiful people today? Yes, Susie Q. We're having a nice time. We're having a nice time. Trust the plan. Trust in God. Oh, I do every day. I do every day. All right, all right, all right. Minister Dave coming at you. I became a minister a few months ago. Oh, yes. Ordained minister. I can do weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs, you name it. We'll rock it up. No problem. You want me to wedge you? I'll wedge you. If you want me to do the funerals, we do the funerals. It's easy. So, this guy, I don't know whether he went home or continued to issue out things, but you've got to ask you the question. That's what this one's all about. It's all about money, right? Now, money's fine all the time. You're buying your Bentleys, you're buying your Rolls Royces, you're buying your Porsches, you're buying your freewheelers, you're buying your houses. It all seems a good thing, doesn't it? It's all like you get welled up in the emotion. Oh, the bank's lending me some money. I could buy an house. Whoa. And then you get down. And I call that living. It's like when people get married. They call it the honeymoon period, right? It's all special and stuff, but second time round or third time round, it's like the gloss has worn off because gloss fades, doesn't it? All gloss, like you paint a bit of woodwork up the day. Oh, look at that gloss finish, beautiful. All your neighbours come in and say, "Have you glossed that?" Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've glossed it. Couple of months' time, it don't look so clever, do it? It's starting to fade out a bit, right? And also, I've got to rub that swine down again and paint. I've got to gloss him again. Can't believe it. 2 years down the road, you've got to do more glossing, right? So that's what life is like, really. So when we're young and we're impetuous and it's all first time round, it's all new and fresh and funky and you're living the dream. But as the time goes on and you start to realise, actually, it's not so great as it was. You know, I'm killing myself. I'm going to have a heart attack trying to pay this mortgage, etc. You trust me, you're all going to come to the realisation, pretty much already are, that money is a weapon. And I hope that all changes. I really, really do. Council taxes, all these fines, the police will kick your door in if you don't furnish them with their bits and bobs that they want when they send you through their summonses in the post. Summons in the dead, they are. Summons in the dead. And when you won't pay the mafia, they come around with the bully boys and they twist you up and get all medieval on you. And little do they know, these people in uniform, that they're actually committing crime. They're actually criminals. They might not see it, but they're going to see it at some point. I swear they really are. This world's changing fast now, people. This world is changing so fast. I can't get up with it, the amount of speed that's at and the things that are happening now. I mean, 2020 is just the year for the magnification of things. It just is. It's all out in full view. This murder of George Floyd, it's all out in full view. They've come out in full view for everybody to see. And what a backlash. I don't agree with the riots. I know there's a lot of cheese off people in America. George Floyd's death was so in your face as a humanity and a mankind. You had no choice but to take stock and do something about that. And the people are certainly getting their voice felt. The rioters, for me, have failed to do some simple, basic things. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people out on the streets in America right now looting and getting up to all sorts of nefarious activities. If they had a brain cell between them, they would realise that actually as a collective, and that's a very powerful thing. So all they had to do was come peaceably together as a massive, massive, massive group of people and just go and take back their buildings and their courtrooms. And they'd have achieved more than all this destruction, death, violence, looting. I've got no time for that. And there's President Trump, and President Trump's putting the gauntlet down. Apparently the White House was coming under attack. They've just turned the lights off and there were snipers out there with their little red dots waving on people. President Trump has the absolute right to protect the White House. And these looters and rioters I've got no time for. And that's a myeloma with George Floyd's case, whether it be true or whether it not be true. There's conspiracies from did it really happen, didn't it happen? I don't know. No one, I don't think, ever probably will know the truth of what happened there. But America is turning into a tinderbox right now. And I would urge the Metropolitan Police and any police force in this country to take stock from George Floyd, that when you push the gauntlet and you go too far, expect that. Expect it. It will happen. If you descend into killing people here like that in broad daylight in this country. You've seen what's going on in America. Trust me, here, I think it'll be worse, because I think the carnal instinct of people that live in this country and our history, given the fact of how grievous we can be, I think you're playing with fire. I really do. So I urge all police, constables and court systems to start now relaxing your tyranny, because I think you're in trouble, personally. I think the court systems are in trouble. I think everyone's worked out their gig. It's just a business centre, right? That's all to do with the money. So the point I'm trying to make is this one's all about money. So the court system's about money. The police are all about money. They're all just about the money. And that's why the money is a weapon to us, because it just doles enough out and it gets everyone in this Hunger Games situation. We're all in this Hunger Games situation right now. Money and food's being used as a weapon. The price of food is being used as a weapon. I am quite of a wealthy guy. I find the food prices quite scary. Our Lord knows how someone that's living in a council flat, an high-rise block on DSA or GSA, whatever you want to call these things, how they're looking at food prices right now. We've seen food banks go through the roof, and the state jumping on the bandwagon that food banks are a good thing. No, food banks are not a good thing. They're shameful. They're a shame on this country, because the rich are taking it all and then they're doing it all out. And the state jumps on the food banks, but in truth and reality, the food banks have nothing to do with the state. That's just kind, generous people making donations. But the state, all the MPs are down there, look at this lovely food bank. They're in the background having their picture taken, getting in the local rags in your local areas. And that's heinous, because MPs and the state have no funding whatsoever to do with food banks. That's just done from people that donate money and donate food so that people with less can still eat. And I find that a tragic situation. I really do. We have a lot of constables in this country that work in the police force themselves. We have 6 to 8 in Liverpool alone that go to food banks. All right. They have struggled paying their mortgages and paying their rents and all the other associated bills. They're going from hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth. And that is all that everybody does in this country now, pretty much. Each week is go hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth. And it's a struggle, and it's a sweat, and it's a strain, and it's a burden. We never, ever was like that. We never, ever, ever. We sat on equity. We sat, our ancestors, our families' fortunes would pass down, and we would have quite decent lives depending on where it is you come from, your family stocks, etc. But trust me, the money now is just it's been weaponized. The monetary system is weaponized. Make no mistakes about it. And you can try and disprove me. Good luck with that. I'll always listen to your cases and your causes. But trust me, I think that the monetary system and the banking system is the big beast. It is the weapon. It is the clown, the joker in the room. All these courts and constabularies are just the bankers' puppets. The banks own and control the courts. The banks own and control your police force. If you go on Dun and Bradstreet, you can check out who your local constabulary is owned by. Devon and Dorset Constabulary is owned by IBM Computers. For-profit business. Oh, no, it's the law. No, it's not. You retard. It's business. And you're a fucking criminal. All right? Chief constables are criminals. They're operating for profit, for shareholders, and shareholders must have their profits. We have a lot of Chinooks over the last 2 days. We have as well. Jesus Jones, Docker's in. Hello, gorgeous. Lovely to see you. The Democrat pots have been caught out with funding Antifa. Yes, mate, they have been. The one thing that they got away, the days are numbered, is what we say. Amen, Elaine Clark. Bang on, all corporate. It's all corporate. The police are all corporate. But then weapons are corporate weapons, okay? My mate Dean Renshaw, not only did he take a hiding in the courtroom by 2 security staff that smashed the side of his face, and he had to have his face pulled, take his eye socket out. Lovely court system, people. God bless you. Well done for doing that. He was also, a few months prior, taken out of his car by some police constables who were firmly stood on his head in his area, standing there like jackboot Gestapo leaders, all right? All for corporate pieces of paper. Paper. You've got no certificate of insurance. Oh, you've got no MOT, which is paper. You've got no logbook, just a piece of paper. It's not in the real world, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to offend and piss on your cornflakes, but it's not in the real world. It's not in the real world. It's a fictional makeshift overlay of what this really is. It's a matrix system. That's what Neo was all about. The matrix, the paper, the logbooks, the MOTs, the insurance. It's all matrix. It's not real. It's not the real world. And they say, oh, if you hurt someone and they get killed, then you won't get paid out. So you've traded your loved one up for 30 silver pieces. Congratulations. You've accepted the devil's coinage. I won't do it. Piss on your cornflakes. Absolutely right. I've just put that comment up. It did hide it, but I've just Oria's light. Lovely to see you. An illusion to make the fickle think that they're worth more than another than we're all equal. Ironically, all the corporation are bankrupt and insolvent worthless. Absolutely right, Daniel. Daniel Mullins now chief administrator in this chat room because of the abuses he was getting the other day, and he's a lovely geezer anyway. Cockney Patriot, we're past the point of return, mate. I think you could be right. It's going to kick off. Albert Pike's WW3 is turning out to have some facts to it. Yeah, it's got teeth. Yeah, there's yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But money is a weapon, ladies and gentlemen. You go to court. What's it always about? Is it not a monetary? Is it not a monetary dispute? Yeah. Is it not a contract? The common law judges of this country that have all generally sat on bench as judges have always said, if people want to understand how the laws of this country operate, you've got to think about and understand contracts. All right. You just contracted into this system. That's all via the birth certificate, the paper currency. A bond, that's a bond as well. People don't realise what the birth certificate is, just a banknote. I'll never forget, there's a great set of documentaries called Servant King by Marcus. And Marcus was a man in Canada, still is, gorgeous soul, that had all these birds of prey, about 300 of them. And people used to come and put a few pence in a thingy just to pay for the bird feed and this, that, the other, and they'd go and have a walk around. Well, anyway, next thing he gets a letter through from his local council saying you need a license. So he went along with it because he didn't know any different. And next thing they've come, shut him down with armed guards, with machine guns, and nicked all these birds and shut him down. And at that point, Marcus is not too unintelligent. He decided to hand unstitch what had gone on. He wasn't happy with what had happened. It had happened. So he decided to try and understand what goes on, right? And his video podcasts called Servant King on YouTube are the best by far I've ever seen. Best by far of actually how to understand the world that you're living in and the system you operate in. So he went about his business. But what he ended up doing was going to the central registration place where they keep the birth certificates. He made an appointment to see the original, all right? So he goes there. His appointment's already booked in. He turns up. The woman comes out from the back with the original birth certificate. The original. Not a copy, not a certified copy, but the original, all right? That the Crown Corporation holds in custody. And there's a guy with a 9mm pistol stood at the back with his arms crossed. And she shows it to Marcus and he grabs it. So she's got two corners of it. He's got two corners and he's gone, well, let it go then. I want to have a look. No. He said, what's the matter with you? Let it go. I ain't going nowhere. Big Jesus over there with his machine gun. Look, I ain't getting past him, am I? Not unless I fancy a right old beef. No, I can't let it go. He said, let it go. She said, I can't. He said, why can you not let it go and me just check this thing out? She said, because if I let it go and you disappear with that, you don't exist to us. He went, whoa. It was the original. So he turned it over with her. They was having this little conflab. And he said, why has it got Bank of Canada written on the back of it? Why has it got Bank of Canada written on the back? So therefore, it's just a banknote. So you can discharge against that birth certificate. But where everyone goes wrong, and what we've just been learning, is that on the birth certificate, it's the name. Christian name, surname, decedent estate, the Christian, given names, you know. And it says on the bottom there, not to be used as identification. Fantastic. The number is to be used as identification. If you ever want to get a level with this system, stop using the name, use the bond number. You'll get different results in. Let me just turn my cameras on. I don't know if there's someone at my gate. Let's have a look. See my security cameras. No, there's no one there. It's just a dog having a little freak out. Someone walking past on bikes. How dare they? I've got a little dog. It's about this big. I think it's a Rottweiler. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See what you're saying there. So, look, peeps. Money's a weapon, right? The QSIP number on your birth note is exactly the same as your £10 notes that are in your pocket. They've got a QSIP number on, so is your birth certificate. They're just all banknotes. The birth certificate's a banknote. They're all. So we've been taken into this, right? It's a pirate ship. It's a citizenship, a relationship. Got to understand these terms, man. I thought we lived on dry land. I thought we lived in God's. I didn't realise we was all floating around out at sea like Captain Pugwash. Pirates of the ship. Oh, in the square mile of London. Just remember, people, every bill that goes through Parliament and then is enacted as a tax on you. Yeah, a bill has to be paid for. I love going out for a little bit of grub when we're not in this, whatever it is we're in. What are we in, people? What are we in? Pandemic. What are we in? You're not allowed out. You're not allowed to have sex outside the house. Fantastic for me. I like monogamy. I quite like, love my missus and stuff. So I'm quite happy with that. But what are we in right now? Someone explain to me what we're all in. Why are we all passively going, oh, I'm observing, oh yeah, when there is clearly no signs of anything going on? You have to question what's going on. Truthfully, you do. It's like, let me see if I can put two pairs of glasses on at once. Hey, look at that. Check that out. It's like being in a club. If you don't want to contribute to the club, that's fine. Man, I'm loving how this is working right now. Let me tell you. You can just get the benefit of the club. That's exactly the same as the birth cert. I can do both things now. I can look cool and see your comments. Now, check this out, right? This is a revolutionary breakthrough. This is much better than Steve Martin's Optigrab from the film The Jerk. You ever remember that? When they went cross-eyed and he got done for it? So he put a little handle in the middle of the glasses, didn't he? And they went boss-eyed because they were focusing on that. I can see everything now. I don't care what I look like. This is cool, man. I'm enjoying this. Birth certificate enable the country to borrow money on the country on the basis of the birth of the person will contribute to 60 years of age. Bob's your uncle, Victoria West. Lovely to see you in here this afternoon, Princess. Pay no attention. Don't look. Don't look. Out. I meant you. Don't you dare go out. You're not allowed out. Doris Johnson said you've got to stay in. There's a pandemic out there. What's the matter with you lot? I've seen no evidence of this at all, by the way, apart from fudging figures. It's all to do with money. I mean, it costs you a fortune to die. Man, I want to live till I'm 180, and I just want my missus to dig a hole in the field, just plonk me in there. Mate, where's Dave? I don't know. It's in him for a couple of weeks. He's gone. He won't bother me. Trust me. I'm happy to go in a goldfish bowl. Trust me, I really would. I do that all the time. Look at that. I'm looking good now, aren't I? Hey, you're loving this, look. I want to see you all out on the beaches like this, right? Waiter, can I see the menu, darling? Yes, madam. I'm a woman now. Yes, madam. Let me just go and fetch the menu for you. And he brings out this beautiful leather-bound menu, and you'll go, okay, waiter, I tell you what I'll have. I'll have the coq au vin to start, followed by the prawn cocktail, and then lashed it down with some Neapolitan ice cream, if you don't mind, sir, of your finest flavours. He'd be like, what the Jesus is going on there? So, yeah, people, the money is the weapon. I hope you realise that. Councils come begging at your doors. Corporations come begging at your doors. Kick your doors down. Take your back doors off. Smash your house up. The police are involved. It's called a bond number on the birth certificate. It is. Love you, Ruma. Oriola's light. Lovely. Yeah, mate, I'm loving you too. Thanks for tuning in. That's a good look, isn't it? That is. I might even try it around the other. No, actually, I prefer it that way. Yes. Oh, Matt, I mean, look, it's just, I've started something new here. because you can look cool and still read at the same time. Think the pathologists who live across the road will say it's rubbish. They have been doing pathology on virus victims. Look, they done a test the other day. They've been sending out these test kits for the coronavirus, right? And they've tested an orange. And guess what? The orange tested positive. Now, I don't know if the orange's family know that it's got coronavirus and it's whether it's concerned. All the others are on the tree. Oh, fuck, we've all got coronavirus. We're going down. Pinholes are better. Yeah, I've got them indoors. Should have brought them over. What are you doing out there, my dogs? You just laid out on the patio now. So the money is a weapon, and it's provable because the police. What are they interested in? Come on, people, be honest. What are they interested in? Letters through the post, yeah. Bum 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 bum. Oh, go and watch the Servant King videos, by the way, by Marcus. You'll enjoy that series. It'll take you a week to get through the first. Watch it the first time. And then give it a month or two or a couple of weeks and watch it again. Might start building in. Because he wanted to know what the hell was going on and why that ever happened to him. He really did. So all these self-truths and they'll be sort of piling out. We're starting to get a grip of how this system has been smashing us all over the years, right? Now, I'm all up for a government that deals with corporations, that regulates corporations, makes sure the food's all clean. I'm up for that. But what I'm not up for is a government beating the crap out of me in my own house, right? Because I'm the sovereign. You're all the sovereigns. We tell the government what to do. But no. They're all now telling us what to do. You can't go out. You can't do this. You can't go here. You can't have sex with your neighbour. We're going to track and trace you. How much millions does that track and trace cost, right, of their currency that they manufacture off the public debt? And what's the easiest way out of track and trace? You leave your mobile phone indoors. All of a sudden, track and trace ain't not too clever, is it? You know what I mean? Oh, we're going to track and trace you. How are you going to do that? Me bend over and you stick that chip straight up my bottom? Will it work then? Come on, Boris. Come round and slip one into me. Let's have it. Go on. Stick it on the end of your old chat. Fire it in there. You can track and trace me because you're fucking me in the same process, right? So you can get little Faraday cages now for mobile phones. This reminds me of that film years ago when Gene, whatever his name was, great actor, not Gene Kelly, he was a dancer. Gene Hackman was sat in a Faraday cage, and then Will Smith come along and pissed on his cornflakes, and he had to blow the place up as they were driving out of it, right? Because they tracked and traced him. But he was sat in a Faraday cage, right? So you can buy these little cases to put your thing in. By the way, they will try to buy your chips in your credit cards as well. So leave your credit cards at home. Leave your mobile phones. And what we're doing is we're like Gene Hunt then. We're going back to the 70s. Cortinas, Farrahs, all that stuff. Smoking in pubs. Can you believe it? Beautiful days back then. Freedom. It might, we're stopping that smoking in pubs because it's bad. It's all control, people. We're setting the pubs down. We're going to make them too expensive. Pubs years ago was so cheap. You went every night. My dad's going for a couple of scoops, have a chat with the lads. All right, boys, that's again. Yeah, all right, yeah. How's the missus looking? Oh, she's looking fine. Yeah, we're getting on all right. Yeah, she's loving me. We might be on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Might be getting a little bit, handsome on. Might be getting me Barry White out and me Pacha Rabanne or me Old Spice or me Brute 33. We were free. Pubs were cheap. Everyone went in, congregate together. Everyone used to congregate together. Yeah? We was happy together. We'd have street parties. Yeah? Street parties. There was one for the Queens, whatever it was the other year. There was one road in Maidstone that had a street party. Posh Road and all it was. They got out of the bath to take a piddle. Let me tell you, this street was posh. P-O-S-H. That was years ago. We'd all be out in the streets having parties. Where's your chairs? Go and get your deck chairs. Come on, son. Let's have it. And we'd all be, Granddad would be playing the spoons and the trays. And one of my uncles once, he smacked the tray over his head so hard he knocked himself out. But he was right in it. He was knocking out a proper old tune. That's how we used to roll. Go round your nan's, get a buck, get some sugar up your nan. Go down the road, Rogers, get me some fags. I used to be an athlete. All I'd done was run around with my parents, getting all the bits and bobs from all my relatives and friends. That's how we rolled. Tell her I'll give her that cup of sugar back tomorrow when I get down the shop. That's how we used to roll. That's how we used to roll. Now look at us. Oh, isolated. Oh, I can't look at you in the. Get away from me. You're in the supermarket. Don't sneeze on me, please. I'll have to jump in the deep freeze. Everyone's scared of each other. I ain't scared of no one. Why would I be for a little coronavirus? I've got an immune system of a giraffe, ladies and gentlemen, of a gazelle, man. I'm like a rhino inside here. It's tough. Why? Because I take all the proper vitamins and minerals and keep myself in shape. Try to. What a world we're living in. Don't talk to him. Don't go there. Don't, what? And everyone, everywhere you go out there, they're all looking at each other going, has he got that fucking, what? And the fear, and you can see, oh, no. Corona fever. It's a corona fever. They're all out there. You know they're out there in the parks. Oh, look at them out there. They're getting out. Please, someone out in the park living their life. Might have the Rona. Can you come round and bash them over the head? Cheapers, creepers. It's all to do with the money, people. Let me tell you. The cancer industry, all to do with money. Bag of chemotherapy, $8,000 a pop. And you're so lucky that you've got this beautiful government looking after you. You're so lucky. You're so privileged to have this beautiful, beautiful corporate government looking after you. They're going to drive you into the ground, into like a road crash, into a railroad derailment. And it's only going to be at that point that this country's going to go, I think we've dropped a bollock here. And everyone in this country, it's going to come to that. You're all going to go, I'm not too sure they're looking out for our interests. Oh, we've had 37,000 deaths of the coronavirus. Yes, you have, because you've got rid of cancer. Cancer's disappeared. Heart disease disappeared, got off the radar. Liver disease, gone. Boy, none of that no more. No. What do you mean he died of an overdose of Viagra? No, it's COVID-19, man. It's COVID-19. Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, it weren't. That Viagra had nothing to do with this. Nothing whatsoever. That's COVID-19 right there. I've got funeral directors. Dave, what's going on? I said, I don't know. You tell me. You're the funeral director. Dave, they're fudging up. There's no one with cancer anymore. Everyone's coming in as tested positive for the Rona. I'm like, straight to the incinerator, ladies and gentlemen. Off you go. Go on. Peasants. This corporate government is, I'll tell you, they're playing with fire right now. Hell yeah, they're playing with fire. Let me tell you, they are playing with proper fire. They want the land, they want your homes, they want it all back. They think they own it all. They don't. They don't own nothing. We, the people, the sovereign people of this country, we're the ones that own it all. We've just forgotten. Brute 33. Oh, I'm telling you. Oof, Brute 33 and a little bit of Luther Vandross. Mate, there ain't no flies on me. No autopsy, no evidence. There you go, Paul. I'm glad you've lot of paying attention. Dave, that's rubbish. BS. If someone had cancer and COVID, they died of COVID. That's utter rubbish. Please check. You're looking foolish. Hang on, have a look at this. Victoria. That's my funeral director friends. I've got a couple of them, 3 or 4. I'm not going to mention their names. One of them was driving in his car the other day. He didn't look too happy. He was doing a live feed. So I got hold of him. And after with messages, and I said, mate, what's up? You look like you're heading for a breakdown. He said, Dave, if I could tell you the truth of what's truly going on with this pandemic right now, he said, you'd have sleepless nights. He said, the stuff I am being forced to do by the government would have you up all night. Now, I'm only using his words. I'm only using what he's telling me. All right. Now, we've got 14,000 people, Victoria, in my village and the village next door. We've had one elderly gentleman pass away of allegedly COVID-19, right? One. So it's not, is it? I'm going on verified facts. There is no one in my village that's died of it. There's no one in my village that's hardly had it. We've had one old boy in 14,000. I love them odds. Mate, I'd rather have them odds and be talking like this and having people dropping down dead. Listen, if you truly believe that I would come in here and talk like this, and if there was thousands of people dying out there, please, no way. I've got too much respect for life to do that. But I can smell this. I can smell it. Yeah, but they're straight off to the incinerator. It says everybody's coming in tested positive for COVID-19, right? So that's how they're getting the numbers up. Died of other things, but tested positive. It's a clever use of language. Clever use of language. Clever use of language. Death certificate says died with COVID. Well, there you go. Exactly that. So that's how they're getting these we've had 35,000 people. Well, tested positive for, not died of. Tested positive for. My mate, her mum passed away. Nurse phones a doctor. Doctor comes round, says to the nurse, we'll put this down as COVID-19. She went, what? My mum's just, no. Well, that's what we put. So she kissed her mum square on the lips. Her mum had passed away. That was love right there. Mum hadn't been gone long, half hour. She kissed her square on the lips. She looked at the doctor. She went, you better test me now then, big boy. He went, oh, no, all right. We won't get involved in none of that. So, tested positive for. That's what's going down on these body bags. Double zipped, tested positive for, straight to the incinerator. It's dangerous. There's no due process. And due process was a pretty decent thing, I think, maybe. Naturally, not from. We have 66 million people in the UK. Nearly 40,000 have died. Yeah, 40,000 have died. But have they died of this? That's the point I'm trying to make. Was this the cause of death, or was this just they tested positive for? And they've tested fruit, an orange. The orange tested for coronavirus. Coronavirus strain is massive. It's the flu. It's a common cold. Nothing worse than that. And people who have got underlying health conditions that don't eat properly, that drink all the fizzy drinks and have all the rubbish, they're susceptible. The elderly are very susceptible. You only got to tip someone that's in their whatever age over the edge with a little virus or the flu, and Bob's your uncle. They're going to get pneumonia and whatever, and they're pretty off. They're pretty off to, they're in God's waiting room. Yeah, that comes to everybody. That's going to come to me. It's going to come to you. Pathologists are doing what they do. I've just explained the whole team. Except the papers. I would like to see the papers say about how many people died in your town. Well, yeah, but there is no one. We've got all the groups out around our social media. There's been one old boy die out of 14,000 people, allegedly of COVID-19, right? And they're normally saying, it takes 10 years to get us, for us to put vaccines, 10 years. 10, we need a vaccine. Well, hang on a minute. This thing's only been in the country 5 months. You're going to swing up a vaccine? We ain't properly tested yet, but we're going to smack it out there. Oh, my life. Jesus Christ. What is going on? What is going on? So anyway, the purpose of this video today was not really to have a rant about COVID-19. It was to talk about money as a weapon, and money is a weapon, all right? The whole system is rigged against us, and we need to do something about it. We really do, because although money's nice and people get their eggs and bacon, they can live their lives, and some people have got more than others. I'm doing all right. But even now, for me, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know how this is all going to go. I mean, America, with all their rioting and stuff, there's going to be food shortages out there. There's going to be a lot of people dying from all this, from the aftermath of all these riots that have gone off in America after the of George Floyd. And there are people out there saying that George Floyd hasn't died, that this was a massive psyop, all right? And then there's those that say that George Floyd is dead, all right? Who knows? Only George knows the truth, and the officers involved, I guess, and the paramedics that were involved. Get them on the oath, get them on the testimony, swear the truth, the old truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, and maybe we'll find out the truth. But I know that it's done America, and America is burning right now. They was having to use helicopters and planes to put the flames out in Minneapolis and Minnesota because they've smashed it. They smashed the granny out of it. And that's the flashpoint. That was the flashpoint. That was the trigger. That was the NWO. How much are you lot prepared to take? We've nicked all your rights off you. You can't even watch TV without a license now. But we're nicking your rights, and we've pushed you to a point. What is it that's going to trigger you? And the Floyd case, whether he's dead or not, was the trigger. What people see on the telly, Whether George Floyd died or he didn't die, I don't know. I wasn't there. That was the trigger. That was the fuse paper, right? That was the paper that lit it up and went, no, that's not acceptable. And that's a good thing. The people decided not to accept what had happened and to come out in droves and droves. We know the police out there have been smashing buildings up. We know they've been undercover with their espionage. We know they've been dropping pallets of bricks off so people can grab a quick brick and go and break into a building. We know what they're up to. We know what the deep state is up to. And I think President Trump knows what the deep state is up to as well. President Trump himself, I do believe, is switching up this monetary system. I think I have pretty good authority that he took over the Federal Reserve some time ago. And we need to get back to something where we're not the burden for the money, because we are the chattel to the money, right? The money is backed by us. We back the currency. We've got to get rid of that. Our soul should never back any form of currency, or we should ever be held responsible or to ransom for it. Never. Money should never be a noose around their neck. The amount of people that have killed themselves because they can't afford to eat, the amount of suicides, the amount of people that have starved to death because they can't afford to eat. Food's not a luxury. Food's a necessity. And the food is a lever. You know, corporations now, you can't come in here unless you wear a mask on. There's a lot of supermarkets that are saying that can't come in unless you wear a mask. But what happens if you don't want to wear a mask and you think that the mask is going to cause you more damage with breathing back in your CO2 that you're trying to get out than the thingy? And why are the police not all social distancing? What's going on? Why are they all out in vans together? Do they know something we don't know? And I think if this was real and people were dropping like flies, as they do in an epidemic, they wouldn't be congregating together, because regardless of a uniform or not, their natural instinct to survive would kick in and go, this is a bit tasty, this one. Yeah, sorry, no, I'll go out on my beat, but I'm not going to be knocking around with anybody, that's for sure. We are committing mass suicide. Look at the chemtrails in the water food. Yeah, I've got my distiller on at the moment. I'm distilling everything at a minute because, yeah, the water outlets is not good. The police try and take power of attorney over you when you're arrested, and act as trustee of the account of birth certificate. Absolutely. If you consent to sign your release contract under threat of coercion. We have to take back our estates, people. We have to take back our dominion. All right, we was all born in dominion, and that's what people like us are here to do. We're here to let you know that you actually was born in dominion, and you are sovereign, and you do have the right to choose your path and choose what society you want to belong to. This society is done. This society is toast. This is just going to be the fallout now of whichever way it goes. But for me, I think this personal society that we live in right now is probably the most evil and wicked that's ever been in this country. And I don't think we can continue with that. I think we need to find something new and do something new as a people. When we take back our power and we start living our life a different way, the system disappears. The only burden I have with the system is a bit of food and a little bit of diesel every now and again. I think I put diesel in my tank about 3 months ago. That was it, because we haven't been doing much. I'm growing loads of food. I produce my own energy. And so, you know, that's where we're at. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to find a different way. We need to go a different way. And I think that the old system knows that. I think the old system has come under such a bashing. It's fed up. I don't think it wants to do it anymore. So the people are devil worshippers in the courts, banks using witchcraft cursing spells upon you in the delinquent box. Absolutely right. Can't argue with any of them comments. Elaine Clark froze. I haven't froze you up, sweetheart, at all. Elaine, lovely to see you. Victoria blocked now for some reason. That's Antifa. Who's blocked you? I've not blocked you. I've got moderators in here that keep everything nice and clean. I don't know. I haven't seen the comments, to be honest with you. I just put my glasses back on. Anyway, I'm going to do some stuff. I've just been waiting for some silicon to go off. I've got to go and tidy my bathroom back up. Peeps, money ain't what you think it is, all right? And money is your energy. So are you going to use your energy and that as a force of good or a force of bad? We need to start now deciding what side we're on, where we're going to put our energy. Something good, something great, something just sublime, or we're going to continue going down this dark path. And as always, everybody has their free will choice. and we wouldn't wish to take that away from anyone because that wouldn't be fair. Checked ID 2020. Jesus Jones, have a lovely day, Mile Fruits. We are the creditors. How the hell do you explain that to normal people? You don't. We're all normal. It's just a level of awareness. It's just a level of awareness. Elaine Clark, thanks for the blessed hand, sweetheart. As always, I come in here for a little bit of a giggle, a little bit of a chat, catch up with you, lovely, gorgeous people, and maybe just try and change a few things along the way. Take care of yourselves. Lovely to see you. My word, that 45 minutes has just gone very quick. Mark, 45 minutes we've been in here. Think of the things you could have been doing. Take care, guys. Love you all. See you soon. Stay safe. Victoria, have a blessed day. Love you all.